Did you know that there were warriors who not only fought against their enemies, but also ate them? Yes, you heard that, right? These warriors were called the Comanche, and they were known for their fierce fighting skills and their unique practice of consuming their enemies. They were one of the most successful Native American tribes in history, and their impact on the Great Plains is still felt today. However, after being attacked by the Navajo, they decided to move south to escape their enemies. This is where their name changed from Shoshone to Comanche. They learned this skill from the Spanish, who had introduced horses to the Americas. They hunted a variety of animals, including buffalo, deer, and antelope, but buffalo were their primary target. They were constantly at war with other tribes, including the Kiowa, the Apache, and the Navajo. They believed that by eating the brains of their enemies, they could gain their strength and courage. They believed that this being was all-powerful and all-knowing, and they respected him deeply. Their art forms include beadwork, pottery, basketry, quill work, leatherwork, and later painting. Comanche artists use a variety of materials and techniques to create beautiful and intricate works of art that reflect their culture, history, and values. Comanche beadwork is particularly renowned for its beauty and complexity. The women of the tribe were skilled at creating intricate patterns and designs using beads and porcupine quills on hides. These designs often had deep cultural significance, representing things such as clan symbols, personal histories, and stories. Another important form of Comanche art is pottery. The women of the tribe were known for their ability to create beautiful and functional pottery vessels using traditional methods and techniques. Comanche pottery is characterized by its unique shapes, designs, and glazes, which reflect the tribe's cultural values and artistic traditions. In addition to beadwork and pottery, the Comanche also excelled in other art forms such as basketry, quill work, and leather work. These art forms are less well known, but are equally important in understanding the culture and history of the tribe. Overall, Comanche art is a testament to the creativity, skill, and cultural richness of the tribe. The art forms of the Comanche people continue to be an important part of their cultural heritage and are enjoyed by people all over the world. The Comanche also believed in a number of lesser spirits that lived in the natural world, such as in the mountains, rivers, and animals. These warriors were known for their ferocious fighting skills and their unique practice of consuming their enemies. But they weren't the only ones who did this. Many Native American tribes practiced cannibalism as a way of gaining strength and power over their enemies. Did you know that the Aztecs also practiced a form of cannibalism? They believed that by eating the hearts of their enemies, they could gain their strength and courage. Yikes. So it seems like this practice was more common than we think. But I'm glad I never had to fight an enemy like this. Thanks for watching. Bye. These spirits were believed to have powers over specific aspects of nature, such as healing or causing illness. The Comanche people believed that these spirits could be both helpful or harmful, depending on how people treated them. As a result, they developed a deep respect for the natural world and believed that humans had a responsibility to live in harmony with it. The Comanche religion was a combination of animism, which is the belief that natural objects have souls, and a belief in a supreme being. This supreme being was seen as the creator of all things and was responsible for maintaining order in the universe. The Comanche people believed that this being was all-powerful and all-knowing, and they respected him deeply. They also believed that he had given them the ability to understand and interact with the spirits in the natural world. As a result, the Comanche religion emphasized the importance of living in harmony with nature and respecting the spiritual power of the natural world. This practice was common among many Native American tribes, and it was seen as a way to honor the dead and to pay respect to their ancestors. The Comanche would cook the brains of their enemies in a special ceremony, and then they would eat them with their families. This was a way to bring the family closer together and to share in the glory of their victory. Additionally, the Comanche believed that by eating the brains of their enemies, they could absorb their strength and power. They believed that this would make them even more powerful warriors, and they were willing to do whatever it took to gain an advantage over their enemies. This belief in the power of cannibalism led to a gruesome and disturbing practice that is hard to imagine today. However, it was a common belief among many Native American tribes, and the Comanche were just one of many who practiced this form of cannibalism. The Comanche were highly skilled fighters, and they used a variety of weapons in battle, including bows and arrows, spears, and firearms. They were also known for their horse riding skills and their ability to fight on horseback. The Comanche would often raid other villages to steal food and supplies. They would also attack other tribes to defend their own territory. In times of war, the Comanche would paint their faces and bodies with war paint before going into battle. This was a way to intimidate their enemies and also to show their bravery. The Comanche were highly respected by their enemies, and they were feared for their fighting skills and their determination. Buffalo provided the Comanche with everything they needed to survive, including food, clothing, and shelter. The Comanche developed sophisticated hunting techniques and used various tools to capture their prey. They used bows and arrows, spears, and later firearms to hunt. They also developed traps and snares to catch small animals. During the winter months, when food was scarce, the Comanche would go on hunting expeditions that could last for weeks. They would travel in large groups and use their knowledge of the land to track and ambush their prey. When a buffalo was killed, the Comanche would butcher it quickly and preserve the meat through various methods such as smoking or drying. They also used every part of the animal, including its hide, bones, and organs. The buffalo hide was used to make clothing and shelter, while the bones and organs were used for tools and other purposes. The Comanche quickly realized the benefits of using horses and integrated them into every aspect of their lives. Horses allowed the Comanche to travel long distances quickly and easily, which was essential for hunting buffalo and raiding enemy villages. They also used horses in warfare, where they were able to fight from horseback using bows and arrows or spears. The Comanche's skill in horseback riding made them nearly unbeatable in battle. In fact, they were known as the lords of the southern plains because of their ability to ride horses. But what made them so successful? Let's dive into some crazy facts about the Comanche that will blow your mind. The Comanche language belongs to the Uto-Aztecan language family, which originated in the Great Basin region of North America. This language family is also related to other languages such as Hopi, Chechen, and Nahuatl. It is believed that the ancestors of the Comanche migrated from the area now known as Utah around the year 1000 AD. They moved south into the Texas Panhandle and eventually established their home base in the Wichita Mountains of Oklahoma. By the time European explorers arrived in the area during the 16th century, the Comanche had become a powerful and independent tribe. They lived in small bands led by chiefs and headmen who governed through a system of consensus and tradition rather than a formal legal code or written laws. Despite their nomadic lifestyle, the Comanche developed a rich culture with its own art, religion, and traditions. One of their most distinctive features was their use of sign language, which they used to communicate with each other while traveling or hunting. This is an example of how the Comanche adapted and innovated to survive in a vast and ever-changing environment. But why did they do this? What was the meaning behind this strange custom? And what other crazy facts do you know about these warriors? Stay tuned till the end to find out. The word itself strikes fear into the hearts of many. Comanche. No. 1. Origins. The Comanche were originally known as the Shoshone and lived in the Rocky Mountains. Number 2. Language. No. 3. Horseback riding. The Comanche were one of the first Native American tribes to master horseback riding. Number 4. Hunting. The Comanche were expert hunters and they relied on their skills to provide food for their families and their communities. No. 5. Warfare. The Comanche were fierce warriors and they were known for their bravery and their willingness to fight to the death. The Comanche practiced a form of cannibalism known as ritualistic cannibalism. 7. Religion. The Comanche religion was based on a belief in a supreme being who had created the world and all living things. No. 8. Art. Comanche art is a vibrant and important part of their cultural heritage. Do you think you could ever eat your enemy? Well, if you were a Comanche warrior, you might have done just that.